and she was just staring at us. No shame.
Advancing.
Hey, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about onsens, or hot springs in English. Onsens are natural hot springs, and Japan has a lot of volcanoes, so they have many natural hot springs around and they're very famous. If you come to Japan, try an onsen, but I know a lot of people do not like it because of what I'm about to tell you later down in the video. But yeah, just try it at least once. To find an onsen, you'll probably see this sign around. Basically, you bathe with strangers. So you could go to like a hotel, or they have special places. They say that the best onsens are actually at traditional hotels, so definitely try to check that out. One thing I've learned about being in Japan, always keep socks with you, because some places, even in the try-on room at malls, they will ask you to take off your shoes or change into like indoor shoes. So definitely have socks just in case you have to take off your outside shoes. They would probably give you like special slippers to wear. Alright, so first order of business. The onsens are separated by gender. So this is the sign for male and this is the sign for female. Just so you don't get that confused, because I remember one time I was staring real hard at the signs trying to figure out which side I was supposed to go through, because normally they're like side by side and there's like a colored towel, but I can't read the Japanese character. But luckily I went into the right one, and so yeah. So when you enter, you're gonna see a sign that says like you can't take your phone in for obvious reasons, because everyone is going to be naked. So yeah, you have to put away your phone, and when you go in, going to be like the changing part. And that's why they put that sign so close outside. So people are gonna be putting on their clothes, and that same area where they're putting on their clothes by their little box or locker is where you take off your clothes there too. Sometimes too, there's an area where like you can see people even doing their hair, because they're blow dryers and different stuff like that there too. So you take off your clothes in front of everyone. And at the beginning, when you because you have to pay to go to the onsen, and I paid $5 to go, and they give me a small complimentary towel. So yeah, so you could have that towel to kind of cover yourself. But will you, after you finish taking off your clothes, normally that changing room is a separate room to where the water actually is. So you have to go wherever the bath or the onsen is. And before you can get into the water, you have to wash off yourself. So there's different sections that are separated. I'm going to put the picture in the video here so you could see. They have shampoo, soap, everything, so you wash off yourself. I don't think you need to wash your hair, because like my hair, I can't just go and wash my hair. Just wash your skin. That's the main part. Just wash your skin. After you finish washing your skin, you're supposed to wash down the stool that you sit on to clean up after yourself. Now you're allowed to go into the water. Remember the towel I was talking about? So you use this towel to like cover up your private area if you want to, but you're not gonna see people doing that. Like, no. What I see people do is like put the towel over your head, and this is because you're not supposed to let that towel touch the water, because I think you can use that same towel to like wash your skin if you want to. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the towel to wash their skin. That's probably something that I just did because I can't wash my skin with just my hand. I'm not sure what I saw people washing their skin with now that I think about it. So anyway, you wash your skin. You go in the water. Do not let this towel touch the water. I made that mistake, and they had some people that never corrected me, but this one lady, we were all in the same bath together, and she kind of just like said,
Seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, she said it in Japanese. I was able to understand somehow. I think somebody helped me probably. So she was just like, yeah, don't let the thing touch the water. So I was like, oh my goodness. And so yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, but like I didn't know the rules, so now I know, and I'm teaching you so that you don't make that mistake when you go. So you could cover yourself before you get into the water, but do not let it touch the water. Another thing is the water is super hot, and so you're not allowed to splash, dive, and swim in the water. It is mainly for relaxation, and I don't know how people can splash, dive, or swim when it is so hot. The water is very hot. Sometimes when I'm in there, I have to come up just to like try and breathe, and everyone's having a conversation, and I'm like, okay, and then I go back down. And so yeah, I know many people feel uncomfortable because they're just like, you're bathing naked with people, but for the most part, because you're under the water, it doesn't feel like you're that like naked because the water is covering you. But I could understand why people are uncomfortable. And for me, I try to stare at something else or focus my attention straight ahead so that I don't see anybody, but it's kind of hard to stare. I've heard of people staring too, and I don't want to feel weird like for staring or something, like, because I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I don't want to feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So I try to just focus ahead of me, and if someone's talking to me, I still focus this way ahead. So yeah, that's what I do. And I remember one time I was there with somebody, and this old lady, she was just standing up. So we went to a public bath, not the natural onsen thing, and like there was an outside part of it and an inside part. So we did the outside. Baths are normally better than the inside one because the scenery, they have like the stones around the water and all that kind of stuff, and there's different temperatures. So we wanted to go to the outside one because we saw they had like 3 huge bowls. So we went to the bowl one. After we got tired, we decided to like go back to the inside one, and there was this really old lady, and she was just staring at us. No shame. And I don't blame her, like we were the only foreigners there, and in the area that we live in, I don't think it's very common to see many foreigners around. So she was just standing up there, leaning on a post, just like,
what's poppin'? Don't mind me just watching.
and when we got close to her, she started asking us questions. Where you from? And that was that. We also made friends with another lady that was there, because remember I told you I was in the bowl thing, so there was another lady there too, because there were 3 of them, and she was pretty nice. So you can make friends as well with strangers while y'all are in the same water bathing, you know, conversation. So yeah, the only time that kind of vibe, the public bath, was uncomfortable for me is when I do it with other ALTs. So I'm an English teacher, assistant English teacher or whatever, and I'm on the JET program. So for the JET program orientation, they take you to like an old traditional-ish hotel. And after the long day of orientation, they give us specific times when we have to bathe, and that's with other ALTs. Now, it's one thing to bathe with strangers, local strangers, but it's another thing to bathe with other people doing the same thing that you're doing, teaching abroad, and it's just a different vibe, and I do not like it. And because like the bath with the ALTs are way smaller, so if I just stretch out there, I could touch somebody, and it's just I don't like that one. But yeah, you might have a lot of opportunities or invitation to do an onsen, but I'm sure people won't feel bad if you reject an onsen invitation, because like they know that it's not that common amongst foreign people, and some people might feel weird about it because, you know, you're naked. And yeah, another thing is that they do have mixed gendered onsens, and that's something I want to try, but I know it's gonna make me hella uncomfortable. But I know somebody who did it before, not on purpose, and they were a bunch of like grandpas. I don't know if that's just gonna make it a little bit better because it's older guys and not younger guys, but you're probably gonna get stares. I don't know. I want to try it, even though I know I'm gonna be uncomfortable. I know that's so weird, but I just want to experience it to see what it's like. Like, what if I end up not feeling anyway, and I'm just there, just chilling? Like, hey, bro.
I am so powerful. My mind, oh, it amazes me sometimes.
I don't know. So yeah, there's that. I've actually been invited to an onsen by one of my coworkers, and I was actually super nervous about that invitation. But after it happened, it's like you don't remember, or it doesn't come in as uncomfortable. So after it happens, you're not uncomfortable, and you're not gonna be at work like, oh, I saw my coworker naked, or my coworker saw me naked, or anything like that. You can just forget. It's all about relaxation. You just relax so much. After the experience, you just forget. That's how I feel like it is. So I've gotten an invitation from my coworkers, and you know, it wasn't weird or anything like that. And there's a big drinking party at the end of the year. If you work at a school, they're gonna have lots of drinking parties. I can make another video about that, which is really crazy. But this is the biggest drinking party of the year, and it happens in December or whatever. And they normally go to a nice hotel. And hotels in Japan sometimes will have like the public bath or the onsen that I'm talking about. So this one had that. And so obviously I'm gonna see my coworkers because I have to bathe, right? So yeah. Actually, they did have a bath inside the room, but it's just better to go in a nice, really hot bath, especially when it's winter time and it was cold. So yeah, you see your coworkers, but it's not a big deal, you know what I mean? And yeah, I wasn't nervous or anything, or maybe I can't remember. Maybe I'm nervous, but after you do it, you just get over it. But I know some people don't, but for me, I don't know. YOLO. I don't know. Oh, this is very important, and I can't believe I waited so long to say it, but if you have a tattoo, it will be more difficult for you to go to an onsen because of a lot of reasons that would take a lot of explanation, or I need to get my facts straight. The image of a tattoo is not so great, and like people still hold on to that in a sense, like especially with onsens. So sometimes like you can't enter the water if you have a tattoo, so you should Google in advance like what onsens accept tattoos, or call or something before you go, so that you know and you don't get rejected or anything like that. That's something to be worried about. I don't have any tattoos, so yeah, I don't have any trouble with that. And I heard after you finish using the onsen, you remember I told you there was an area where you wash your skin. You can wash off the onsen water, but because of those healing properties, my coworker told me like, you know, it's good to just keep the water on you. Yeah, you don't have to wash off the water after you finish using the onsen. So that's pretty cool, you know. And you do feel more rejuvenated and all that after you finish. It's a different feeling and experience. If it makes you really uncomfortable, there's other things that you can try, like the foot bath. So when I went to Suzenji, I have a video on it. I tried the foot bath, and I even tried it in the hot summer weather, which at first I was like, why would I do that? But I felt lighter while I was walking after that. So if you don't want to get naked, they have foot baths. It's another one that I've seen people wear their swimsuits in, and that, I think that's the one when you can bathe in like wine, coffee, the special Japanese alcohol called sake. So there's some special public baths that have themes. There's different things that you can bathe in, but for that one, you wear a swimsuit. There's even some that you could like go in mud, but you know, there's still more that I have to experience that I haven't. And I hope you enjoyed hearing about my onsen experience. If you want to hear more, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me if you have tried something like this, or if you would. See you next time with updates and stuff like that. Bye.
Dum dum dee dum, dum dum dee dum, dum 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 dum.